Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing today? So it's Yvette McQueen, MD, emergency physician, and travel advisor, a global physician on a mission to educate about health, travel wellness, and disease prevention. So I haven't been on live for a while. I know I've been a little bit busy traveling the world, working, other stuff. But I'm still giving out good travel advice to you. And always follow me. You can follow me, of course, if you're on my Facebook page here, Yvette McQueen MD. You can also follow me at Dr. Travel 911, Dr. Travel 911, and Instagram, where I'm giving that advice. And also, you can follow along with the trips because I'm giving my trips, where I'm going. And of course, I give that travel medicine advice at the same time. So it all ties together. So I actually got a little glammed up. I was supposed to be on someone's live, but they had to cancel. So I said, why don't I just take this time to join you here? So I'm glad you can join me. Hey, sister Eloise, thank you for joining me. And we're just going to talk about some of the current trends of the summer travel. So summer travel is extremely up, 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 up. It's like four times the amount. And as some of you know, I fly in and out of Atlanta airport a lot. Yes, Atlanta. Well, but that's still my favorite airport. Busiest in the world, but still my favorite airport. But it's been busy. Like this morning, I had an early flight. Normally, I do midday flights because it's not as congested, but I had to do an early flight. So a lot of people were there. Um, but so I'm telling everybody, get there 3 to 4 hours ahead of time. Of course, with domestic, they say you have to check your bag an hour before the flight. So that's what I'm saying, 2 to 3 hours, or really 3 hours, especially if you're going to park. There's been issues with parking situations in different places. So if you plan to park or have someone drop you off, of course, you're supposed to check in 2 hours before international flight. So you definitely want to make that 3 to 4 hours because the lines are backed up. TSA lines is good if you have the TSA pre-check clear, that helps you get going. But sometimes these lines are backing up and they're really backing up now. So make sure you do that. And just at some airports, they have where you can reserve your parking. If you're going to park your car for a few days, you can actually reserve it. So look into that, major airports, if you need to do that. So I want to talk about healthy travel. We're out here this summer. So some summer care tips. People are traveling to warm destinations. They're doing excursions. They're doing hikes. They're out in the sun. I was out in the sun last week. So of course you want to keep your sunscreen with you, SPF 30 or above. Now, if you're going to the beaches, make sure you're using the 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 reef protected. And most of the sunscreens now put it on that is reef protected oxide type sunscreen. It's on the bottle because they're being very cautious about sunscreen and protecting the reefs. For got to keep those reefs and fishes alive. You know that. So sunscreen should be applied 20 minutes before exposure, every 2 hours, or after you get it wet. Make sure you're doing that. So people have been asking me about what to take. I just had a Facebook conversation with another doctor friend of mine. She was like, I'm going, I forgot where she's going. I'm gonna be honest. Mexico. This is what I'm gonna pack. And she was like, this is what I need to pack. And we discussed it. Some things are over the counter, some things are physician prescribed, of course. And it was a list of things, and people chimed in differently. But I told her, I said, you know what? It's all right here in my book. She goes, what? I forgot about that. So, Travel 911, a health guide for adventures. So, it's streaming down there, travel911book.com. If you need to get it, go ahead and get it. I'll get you an autographed copy. It's also on Amazon, of course, if you want to get it electronically. So, the first chapter of this book is health items to pack for travel and basic healthy travel. So let's talk about this. So you ready for your vacation, your general travel? relaxation, whatever you want. You have to tailor it to what you're gonna do. But there's some very basic things you should always take with you. So first of all, your medication. When you talk about medication, is over-the-counter medication and prescribed medication. So particularly if you're going internationally, your prescribed medication should be in the original bottles with your name on it. Okay. Um, because you don't, and I would always say take an extra week supply. So if you're going to be gone for 2 weeks, take 3 weeks supply. So because you never, as we know, a couple of days ago the storms delayed people a couple of days. If you took just the days or you put it in that little pill bottle, that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, you would be not have enough if you got delayed 2 or 3 days because of whatever happens with the airlines. So make sure you take an extra week of medication with you. If you're internationally, it needs to be in your name. And also internationally, you need to check. And I always tell people plan, and research. So you need to check to see if certain drugs are allowed in that country because some countries will not allow you to take anxiety medications, the Xanax, the Valium. They won't let you bring it in. Some of them won't let you bring the ADHD medications in. So you need to know if that country will allow it. I will also say if you have those type of medications, take a doctor notes with you. So if you travel internationally, make sure your prescribed medication is the bottle with your name on it. Not only to enter that country, but also coming back into this country. That makes a difference too. So over-the-counter medications, the ones you like to take, whether it's, the acetaminophen, the different ibuprofens, things like that, you don't know if it's available in that country, or it may be a different name, or you can't read that name. So take what you need with you, particularly if you travel with the children too. You always want to take any anti-fever, acetaminophen, ibuprofen medicine, because you never know when they're going to spike that fever, get an earache, things like that. You need to take it with it. Sunburns will cause fever. So that helps with the pain too. So always take that with you. Otherwise, in some countries, you can just go and get things over the counter. Other countries, I remember when I was in France and I had a little cough. I had got a little sniffles and cough, and I wanted to get this pre-pandemic, of course. And I wanted to get some cough medicine. I had actually talked to the pharmacist first before I got that cough medicine. Same thing in Amsterdam airport. I was like, oh, I need some ibuprofen. I went in there and they're like, okay, you actually have to have a consultation with, you get an ibuprofen? Do you know what it does? What are the medicines you're taking? What are contraindications? So you might want to take your over-the-counter medicines with you. Okay. Okay. So 2, take any medical equipment with you, any medical equipment that you have that you think you might need. Inhalers, I call that medical equipment. That also can be medication. And some of these medications, take a doctor notes with you. If you're taking an inhaler or EpiPen, have a doctor's note with you. If there's certain type of unusual medication or medical equipment you need to take with you, take a doctor's note prescribed with you. I know there are some people that need to take CBD products for whatever condition they need to take it with. Have a doctor's note with that medication, particularly if you're traveling internationally. So let's see, CPAP machines you need to take. They're portable now. Your nebulizing machines, if you have reactive airway disease, that's always good to take with you. And make sure you put instructions to it that whoever you're traveling with or that someone else knows how to operate it in case you're unable to operate it. First aid items you should always pack with me, the simple band-aids, alcohol swabs, the wound cleanser, antibiotic ointment with you, some for scrapes, things like that. Any ace bandage if I should sprain a wrist. Take any allergy medicine, whether it's environmental or related to, okay, if you know you have an allergy to certain foods, you always need to have an EpiPen, because even though you can go through the food and look through it, it's not guaranteed it wasn't like cooked in the same pot. So you're like, okay, I have a uh, artichoke. I'm just throwing that out there. Artichoke allergy. Well, what you are eating could have been made in the same pan that artichoke was in. That necessary artichoke is actually in the food, and then you have a severe reaction because you never guaranteed unless you cook it yourself, right? Right. So make sure you always have your anti-allergy medicine. So if you have allergic reaction, you should always have your EpiPen with you. You should always have a steroid or prednisone with you. If you're going internationally, talk to your doctor ahead of time so they can prescribe some for you ahead of time. Of course, and any antihistamine medicine that you can take with you. Okay. All right. And if you have an EpiPen, because it's injectable, take that note with you. And I'm going to say for over-the-counter medications, a lot of people are on now the semaglutides for weight reduction. Those are injectables. Have a doctor's note with you if you're going to take those while you're traveling. So medications to take while you travel, I said pain and fear relief. So anti-diarrhea medicine, you never know. Our stomachs get irritable, get some unknown food. If you know you're lactose intolerant, all of a sudden someone gives you something with lactose you didn't realize. So anti-diarrhea medicine. Altitude sickness, like if you're gonna go hiking in the mountains, if you're going more than 5,000 feet above your normal sea level, then you should have some altitude sickness medicine with you, and talk to your doctor. You call your doctor up and say, "Hey, I'm traveling. I'm gonna be up in the mountains. I'm gonna be up in the Andes. I'm going to hike Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania." Make sure you take some medicine with you. Motion or seasickness. I mean, you can get over the counter Bonine, things like that. But some people get the little patch, or you can get some meclizine for it. Antihistamine allergy medicine. I talked about that. Antacid, for sour stomach. We're eating differently, we're drinking differently. You may have a little sour stomach. You have ready for that. Any decongestant, because you're going to be changing environments. You may get a little congested. You may want to take that. Anti-nausea medicine. Once again, talk to your doctor about some nausea medicine, particularly if you're taking other medicines that make you nauseated. Make sure you take that anti-nausea medicine with you. Cough drops and cough suppressants. I take it on the plane. Oh, here, see, I'm getting choked up already. I take it on a plane sometimes because just the air's dry there, and it keeps your throat moist. Mm, water is life. It keeps getting moist because that plane can be very drying. Okay. A laxative. Some people get diarrhea while they're traveling. Other people get very constipated because they're sitting more. It's a different lifestyle. They're not moving as much. They're not staying hydrated. So they need a laxative. Some other preventative medicine. I take a facial mask. A lot of people don't take facial masks with them because of everything that went on the pandemic. But I was taking even before, like typically, or think about the Canadian wildfires right now. You're going somewhere where there's smoke, and then all of a sudden you're in an environment that's irritating your lungs. Wear a mask. Of course, insect and mosquito repellent. I know there's a big thing right now. Everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, malaria is here in the United States." Malaria has been in the United States for a while, but there's a lot of mosquito-borne diseases from yes, malaria, but also dengue fever and just a few other things that mosquito bites can get you. Chikungunya, that's another one that's shown in the Caribbean. So, mosquito repellent, I tell people if you're adult, you can do DEET 25 or above. You can usually find that in any of your most insect repellents, along with sometimes if you go to a camping area or the camping aisle in the store or camping store or sports store, you can get it there. For children can't have DEET. So you want to get the other insect repellent that have the other one that the children can take, or natural, a lot of people use the lemongrass. Hand sanitizer wipes, antiseptic wipes. I still wipe down everything. I did this pre-pandemic. I do it now. I get in a car. I wipe everything down. I get on a plane. I wipe everything down. Sunscreen. I talked about sunscreen. Get aloe. So aloe cream, because if you do get a sunburn, and I'm sorry, people of color do get burns. They do. And a sunburn is actually a real burn, a first degree burn. And as you start to blister, it becomes a second degree burn. So I get aloe to soothe it out, to make it feel better. And if you're going somewhere in a developing country, you may want water purification tablets in case you can't get water bottles or filtered water. You can always add water purification, boil the water so that it actually becomes drinkable. Other things to consider is hydrocortisone allergy cream for your bites, mosquito bites, itching, wound cleanser, antibiotic ointment, eye drops. If you're going somewhere, you need eye drops or eye wash. If you know you're going to get something in your eye, particularly if you're doing an adventure like ATVing, in the sand, desert, biking, ACE wraps or elastic bandage, the Band-Aids, and disposable gloves. I always just put disposable gloves in my suitcase or backpack, just in case. You never know when you got to put your hand in dirt. Blood, maybe. But yeah, I just carry those with it. So that's the basic healthy traveling tips. So someone said they're going to Israel in October. Any special instructions? Yes, we'll do a one-on-one. And I'll do a list, because I know you're going with a group. So I might want to talk to the group about that. Make a special visit and let your group know. I can always do that. I know where you are. So it's essential to incorporate daily wellness into your lifestyle or as you travel, because I know, we balance our lives with travel, but if you're a frequent traveler, that can also take a toll on your body, your eating habits, and overall wellness. So my keys are: 1, hydrate. Water is life. You need to hydrate. Hydrate keeps your joints lubricated so you can move, your skin well oiled. If you eat some wrong, you have diarrhea, it keeps your hydration up. It reduces your risk of blood clots, because if you're on a plane for more than 2 hours at a time, you want your blood flowing, and it also reduces jet lag. So make sure you're doing that. In the book, it talks about the formula that you need to do to get the adequate amount of water. The book. Physical wellness is keeping your body healthy and active. So keep moving, moving, moving. I know vacation is for relaxing, but keep moving. Boost your immune system by getting enough sleep. So when your immune system down, you're more susceptible to get illnesses or things that pass around. So make sure you boost it by getting enough sleep, because your body needs to repair, your muscles need to repair, your brain cells need to repair. So that's why you need to get an adequate sleep. So don't try to push everything in all at once. And like, okay, I'm here and we got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, okay, it's a reason for me to come back to this place or this city or this country. If I don't get everything, if I don't see everything that I need to see, because then you go home tired. And people like, I need a vacation for the vacation. So making sure you get adequate sleep before, during, and after. Take naps. Naps are good. Naps are good. So plan, make your schedule, and say plan, anticipation, time schedule, and traveling companions can create stressful emotions. Your immune system is affected severely by your stress level. To reduce your travel stress with adequate sleep, relaxing during delays, and we know there's a lot of delays, have a book, have an activity that you enjoy in case you are delayed, and time and task management techniques to help you organize and have a stress-free travel. Keep your energy up by avoiding foods with high sugar. These only give you temporary energy or make you fatigue later. So protein snacks are good for afternoon source of energy, and nuts if you don't have that allergy. So that's just a bit of chapter 1 here. Like I said, you can get it at Travel 911 book.com, Amazon, Books and Noble, e-reader. It's available. So that I just wanted to come to you about some summer care travel tips from your global traveling physician. So once again, I am Dr. Yvette McQueen, and I'm here for you for your travel health. So I hope you enjoyed it. Peace and love. Travel well. Pack your patience. They're out there. All right. Ciao for now.